Ali Baba and his elder brother Qasim are the sons of a merchant. After their father's death, the greedy Qasim marries a wealthy woman and becomes well-to-do, building on their father's business. Ali Baba marries a poor woman and settles into the trade of a woodcutter. One day, Ali Baba is at work collecting and cutting firewood in the forest, and he happens to overhear a group of 40 thieves visiting their treasure store. The treasure is in a cave, the mouth of which is sealed by magic. It opens on the words "Open Sesame" and seals itself on the words "Close Sesame." When the thieves are gone, Ali Baba enters the cave himself and discreetly takes a single bag of gold coins home. Ali Baba and his wife borrow his sister-in-law's scales to weigh their new wealth. Unbeknownst to them, Qasim's wife puts a blob of wax in the scales to find out what Ali Baba is using them for, as she is curious to know what kind of grain her impoverished brother-in-law needs to measure. To her shock, she finds a gold coin sticking to the scales and tells her husband. Under pressure from his brother, Ali Baba is forced to reveal the secret of the cave. Qasim goes to the cave, taking a donkey with him to take as much treasure as possible. He enters the cave with the magic words. But in his greed and excitement over the treasure, he forgets the words to get out again. The thieves find him there and kill him. When his brother does not come back, Ali Baba goes to the cave to look for him and finds the body quartered and with each piece displayed just inside the cave's entrance as a warning to anyone else who might try to enter. Ali Baba brings the body home where he entrusts Morgiana, a clever slave girl from Qasim's household, with the task of making others believe that Qasim has died a natural death. First, Morgiana purchases medicines from an apothecary, telling him that Qasim is gravely ill. Then, she finds an old tailor known as Baba Mustafa, whom she pays, blindfolds, and leads to Qasim's house. Once inside, Baba Mustafa, unaware of the identity of the body he is working on, begins to sew Qasim back together. Meanwhile, the leader of the thieves, suspicious of the strange happenings at Ali Baba's house, devises a plan to investigate further. He gathers his remaining men in a shadowy alley and plots how to confront Ali Baba and reclaim their treasure. As night falls, the leader of the thieves stealthily approaches Ali Baba's house, intent on uncovering its secrets. Unbeknownst to him, Morgiana, ever vigilant, observes the gathering of thieves outside and readies herself to protect Ali Baba's household from their impending attack. Quick-witted and resourceful, Morgiana decides to outsmart the thieves by creating false trails that lead them away from Ali Baba's house. As the 40 thieves follow the misleading marks, they become increasingly perplexed, unable to figure out which way to go as Morgiana watches from a hidden vantage point, her heart racing. Frustrated by the failed deception, the leader of the thieves gathers his men to unleash his fury, blaming them for the blunder. Meanwhile, Morgiana prepares a cauldron of boiling oil, planning to catch the thieves off guard and ensure their defeat once and for all, determined to protect Ali Baba at any cost. With precision, Morgiana fills the jars with boiling oil, disguising them among the other jars meant for transportation. When the thieves finally stumble upon their trap, chaos erupts as they realize the peril they are in. But it's too late. One by one, they meet their fiery demise. The leader of the thieves stands frozen in disbelief as he surveys the scene of destruction, the realization hitting him that all his men have perished. Morgiana emerges victorious from the chaos, her heart pounding in triumph, knowing she has saved Ali Baba and secured their future, as the first rays of sunlight illuminate her path. With overwhelming gratitude, Ali Baba embraces Morgiana, acknowledging her courage that saved them all. In the midst of heartfelt joy, Ali Baba decides to reward her by uniting her with his son in marriage, honoring her bravery and loyalty. The atmosphere shifts to one of celebration as family and friends gather for the wedding of Morgiana and Ali Baba's son, filling the air with joy and laughter. Ali Baba proudly raises a toast, thanking everyone for their support and rejoicing in the newfound peace and prosperity that follows. As Morgiana and Ali Baba's son share their first dance, the joy of the moment envelops everyone in attendance, marking the beginning of a new chapter. Meanwhile, Ali Baba finds solace in his garden, reflecting on the past and cherishing the treasure that will now be kept a secret, forever safeguarding their legacy. Under the starlit sky, Morgiana and Ali Baba's son savor their intimate wedding night, their hearts intertwined and promising a bright future together. Meanwhile, Ali Baba stands at the mouth of the cave, the weight of the treasure map in his